Hello, Glenn Denman here, working on the bus again today, and of course, what else would I be doing but working on the bus? And I hope the sunlight's not shining in the face of the camera here, but anyway. So what I thought I'd do today is put together a video on my interior lighting, which really is nothing more than a hodgepodge of different types of lights that I've purchased over the course of the conversion. When I first got the bus, I ran across some like puck lights, and well, I'll get some of those, and then I got some other kind of light. Well, I'll try that, and different things. So I've got about probably 3 or 4 different kinds of lights in here, and but it's worked out pretty well. And so what I've got here, I'm gonna just go ahead and show what I have here, but then as soon as it gets dark tonight, I'll show what it looks like in the dark, because that definitely is really just shows what the lighting does. So I've got a couple of light switches here underneath the cabinet here, and so these turn on a strip light that I have here, which is a cob LED, so it's a continuous light instead of the dots. And I've got the same thing over here above the couch, and I've got some kitchen lights in here. I've got one mounted over the stove. I've got one mounted over the countertop here next to the sink. Then I've got one mounted right here, right above the sink. And then here in the dining room, I've got this little light here, a nice little light, doesn't put out much light. So since then I've put in another strip light under here, a cob light, and that takes care of the kitchen and the living room. And then in the bathroom, so in the bathroom here, I've got a couple of light switches here on the wall for lights here. Got a couple of light switches in the bedroom here. It's not really dark enough to show all these lights yet. So what I'll do is I'm going to wait till it gets dark and just kind of show how well the bus lights up inside. So anyway, so that's the video for today. Hope you enjoy. Thanks. Hi, my name's Glenn. This is Karen, my wife, and this is our bus. Okay, so I'm here at night now, and I've got some of the lights on here, and there's a little bit to be desired here with the lighting, but it's not too awful bad. The front end is a little bit kind of dark, you know, not that that probably matters a lot. I've got a light here next to the stairs that kicks on when it's a motion detector, and then it only lights the stairway, and it's I think it only comes on if it's dark enough. I don't know if it'll come on now or not, but anyway, I'll show that in a few minutes. That works really well though. And then I've got an outside light here that that is right here next to the door, and then but it's also motion detector, so it gets brighter when you come out. And that's actually a solar light, so it's powered by solar, and it doesn't have any battery, where this light here actually has a battery. So in the front room then, as you can see here, I've got my 2 lights on that are under the cabinets, and that's the continuous cob light. I'm not sure why it's called cob, but anyway, it's just a continuous a strip of LED all the way down both sides, and that really lights up the front room well. So I mean, like when you're sitting here at night, and like if you're reading a book or something, this is pretty ideal. And you could even be watching TV here, and the light is above your head, so it's not in your face or anything like that. So of course, the way I have it set up here, I can turn one off and you know, one on or whatever. So the front room's pretty well lit up, although it probably would be nice to have a light down the center here. Maybe I'll do that eventually. But the way these lights are all installed, and all the wiring for that matter, I installed after all the cabinets were built. so I can get to all the wiring. There's no wiring built into the walls or the ceiling, with the exception of one crossover wire that I have from one clearance light to another, but that's the only wiring that's in the ceiling. Well, again, I guess there's an exception for that. My fan here, I've got a wire just going from here to the cabinet up in the ceiling. So, but for the most part, all the wiring is accessible. And so I've got these light switches here in the kitchen by the stove that, well, one's a fan, but this light here turns on these three LED lights that I have here in the kitchen, and it's lit up pretty well. I could probably use another one under here, you know, for this area, maybe another one here down at the end just to finish that off. I kind of wish I would have put these type lights under all of this, but again, I bought these lights a long time ago. And another thing about these lights here is they're the white LED, which I don't really care for as much as the cool, or whatever you call it, the cool white, or it's got a little bit more yellow to it. These are the, like, I don't know what you call it, pure white or bright white or whatever, but I'd rather have the cool, more the yellow kind of looking light. So, but it works. And so that's the kitchen. And then the dining area here, I installed this little light here, which I really like. It's a nice little light, but it's really almost just bright enough to be a night light. So if I turn off all these other lights, it's just not very bright. As you can see here, it really doesn't even light the table very well. So being that that's the case, what I did was I went ahead and installed another light, just like in the front room there, up under the cabinet here, and I just put a switch on here, and so that turns that light on. And that was after actually a leftover piece from another roll, so that way I didn't have to go buy a whole nother strip. And I figured I'd cut it short of the paper towels anyway. And then down here I had an outlet up under here that I would have had to stop there anyway and stuff, but it works. This is really nice and bright here for the dining room area. So I'll probably put another light eventually underneath the microwave for this little countertop here. And then the kitchen area here is a little bit kind of dark. Again, I do need to have some more lighting, but it's not too bad. But once you work your way into the bathroom here, so I've got these two light switches here, and one turns on the shower, you can see here. So this again is another top light. This is of the waterproof type. And when I tiled the shower in, I just tiled in this, or mortared in this aluminum channel. It's actually a Schluter channel. And then I eventually installed that light in there. And then in the bathroom here, I've got, again, these lights here, again, that are really super cheap. I mean, I think I got 4 of them for like 20 bucks or something. So I went ahead and centered one over the window, one over the sink. And again, that's that bright white or pure white or whatever it is. I don't really care for the kind of light, but you know, it works and it's fine. So then as you advance to the bedroom, so this here, again, I've got another type of light. I've got 2 switches here, and one switch turns on the 4 puck lights here. As you can see, I've got one centered over the window, each window, and then one just kind of centered between, you know, those 2 or whatever, and here and there. And to me, this is plenty of light in the bedroom. So with the exception of these little lights here, I've got these lights here for night lights for reading and stuff, and those are kind of nice. Those work pretty well, and they're kind of, you know, they're really cheap lights, but Again, they're ones that I bought a long time ago. These actually, you can make them brighter or dimmer. So I think that's as bright as it goes there. And then when you turn it on and off, it just turns on and off the same, whatever you had it set at. So they're a pretty cheap light, but they're nice for reading and stuff like that. So, and then just being that I'm kind of looking at this wiring and stuff here, so I've got this little cubby hole here cut out into the cabinet here. So I've got a 110 volt outlet inside each side there. And so you can put your phone and charge it and stuff inside there at night. And this has been really comfortable. We have been using the bus, and we're getting ready to go. Our next trip is going to be down the Oregon coast, so it's going to be about probably 450 miles down, 450 miles back. And so we've got things pretty well set up for that. So then, so this is my wife's vanity area, and she loves this thing. And so I went ahead and made a light out of the same wood that I've been using for my interior. This is that oak stave stuff from the wine barrels, and then I've got the maple piece on each side. And I went ahead and put 3 puck lights in here right above the mirror, and that really lights up this whole area pretty nice with the mirror and stuff. So that's an independent switch that can be turned on independently of the rest of the lights. And matter of fact, I'll turn this light back off. So yeah, anyway, so that's pretty much it for the lighting. It's just really nice lighting. Again, I've got like 3 different kinds. I've got puck lights, I've got these little LED lights, they're all LED for that matter. Then I've got the strip lights, the cob lights, and then the little tiny night lights. So the whole bathroom's lit up pretty nice. So this light here at the entrance, I'll go ahead and just show that light. That's just a handy little light. It just runs on battery. So as I walk up towards the doorway here, it comes on, and as you can see, I'm still working on my door, but that lights up the stairs real nice, and then it shuts off automatically. It shuts off automatically after a few minutes. So I think I've got the bus pretty well lit up. Works for us, and I could use a little bit more light. I kind of wish I'd have used been a little bit more consistent maybe with the type of lighting, so I have a variety, but it was kind of experimental. But you know, it's worked out really well, and the bus is lit up pretty nicely. If I turn all the lights on in here, as you can see, it's lit up pretty decently. So works for us, and hope everybody enjoys the video, and God bless you guys, and take care of yourselves.